Welcome everybody. So today I will be explaining you about integrated circuits and what are integrated circuit and how they are used in a circuit to control different hardwares. So I will be explaining you this through an example of an motor driver IC. That is uh, this is a you can see here in this circuit. This is a IC. The name of the IC is L293D and it is a motor driver IC. That is the main function of this IC is to control the direction of a motor. So first of all I will be explaining you how this IC works, and then I will be showing how I have integrated this in a circuit and used it. So through this example you will be able to understand that how ICs are used in a circuit. So first of all, let's see the pin diagram of integrated circuit L293D. So this IC consists of 16 pins. As you can see here, these are the 16 pins, and these are numbered from the left top side 1 2 3 and so on, and the last one is 8, and then here we have the 9th, and on the top it goes to 16th. So I will now explain the function of each pin. The first pin is first of all, let me tell you that the IC is divided in this IC is divided into two parts, the right hand side and the left hand side. Both the side perform the same functions. That is, this side is used to control the direction of one motor, and this side is used to control the direction of the other motor. So both the pins of the sides have the same function. Now the 16th pin here is for the input power to the IC. That is, it is connected to plus 12 volt in my circuit, but it can vary from 5 to 36 volt, and it is the power that is used by the IC. Under that, the second pin, that is the 15th pin, is used for input to the IC. That is a positive or a negative, a positive or is zero input, that is ground. The third one is an output, which is connected to the motor, one terminal of the motor. The next two pins are grounded. So as you can see, these two pins are always grounded. Then the next one is output 2, that is, it is connected to the second terminal of the motor. And then we have the input 2, that is the second input. It could be positive or 0. So the thing here is that if in the input 1 we provide a positive input, then the output on the output 1 will be positive. And similar is the case with the other input and output pins. That is, if we provide input 0, then the output will be 0, and if we provide input positive, then the output will be positive. So in this way, how the direction of the motor is controlled is that in the input 1 pin, if we provide positive, then the output will be positive on the one terminal, and on the other pin we will provide zero voltage, so the output on the other will be 0. So hence this will be negative terminal, this will be positive, and hence the motor will rotate in one direction. If we exchange the pin voltage, then the motor will reverse its direction. So now I have made this circuit to control the direction of the motor. In this I have used a 12 volt power supply. Oh, so sorry, I forgot to explain the final pin. This is the 9th pin, and this is a activating pin. That is, if we provide a positive voltage here, then it will activate this side of the pin. And similarly for left side here, the first pin is the activating pin. If we provide a positive voltage, then the left side of the IC will perform the action, and the other pins on the left side are similar to the right side, as I have already explained that. And the 8th pin is the positive input voltage for the motor. Okay, this is very important. VSS is the input voltage for the motor. That is all the power it draws, the motor draws is through this power source, and I have connected a 12 volt power source here. Okay, so now I will explain how the circuit works. This is the IC which is connected to the motor. Now the input to the IC are connected to a battery. That is, this is a 12 volt battery through a relay switch. This relay switch is used to switch the potential at the two pins, that is the input 1 and the input 2. So if the circuit is open here, then the input at pin 1 will be high, and the input at input 2 will be low. And if we close the switch, then it will be vice versa. That is, input 2 will be high and input one will be low. In this way we have used a relays feature to switch between high and low for input 1 and input 2, and in this way we can control the direction of the motor through just a switch. So this switch. And if you want to know how a relay works, then I have done it, I have explained it in another video. You can go and check it out there. I will put a link in the description. Now I hope you have understood the circuit. I will upload this circuit on in a link and you can check it out. So the same circuit I have built it on a breadboard, and here you can see that I have used 360 ohm resistor for input power of the IC. This is just for a safety purpose, so that IC does not get damaged. And here is the resistor. Now I will power this circuit, and you can see that I have used a DC 12 volt adapter to power the circuit. Powering it up, let's see. So now you can see that the motor is rotating in a clockwise direction, and now I will press this switch here. Okay, you can see that the rotation direction has changed. Now it is anti-clockwise. Now I will release the switch, and again it moves in clockwise direction. Again I will press. It's anti-clockwise, now clockwise. So you can see that using an integrated circuit I have a control over the direction of a DC motor, and in this way we have utilized the function of an IC. So you can understand that as is this IC, most of the ICs are built for a particular purpose, and in this way they are implemented in a circuit. And here you can see this is the relay I have used, and this is the switch, simple switch that I have used, and this is the IC that I have used. This is the 12 volt motor that I have used. So I hope you understood the concept of integrated circuit and how they are used. That's all for today. Thanks for watching. Bye bye.